dudes, welcome to Splat from the Past, the only 80s themed horror and sci-fi show where things can get totally radical. Now today is the very first episode with my brand new phone. Pretty excited about that. I hope it doesn't get fucked up. And today we are going to be talking to a horror host from Retro TV, the TV channel, Lamia, the host of Horror Hotel. I can't wait about this. She is a really hot, sexy vampire chick. Ooh, I wouldn't mind getting bitten by her. Oh, did I say that out loud? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. I forgot what the question was. But anyways, I'm going to be interviewing Lamia today. Going to talk about her roots going back, favorite horror movies, you know, the show, and what have you. And yeah, it's going to be pretty exciting. I can't wait. She's going to be calling me any moment now. It's like one of those movies, you know, where like the evil call comes up, you know, it's really, 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 really scary, like, but I don't think I'll be scared at all during this interview because she's pretty awesome and, like I said, pretty sexy. So I will be talking to Lamia when she calls me pretty shortly. Hi, Lamia.
Yes.
Hey, welcome to the show. How are you?
Good. How are you? Thanks for having me on.
Oh, I am great. It's such an honor. I started watching your show about a year ago. I was homeless for like 4 years. I didn't have cable, and then I moved here to Reading, and I have the Retro TV channel, and yeah, I'm hooked on your show now.
That's awesome. Thank you for watching.
Oh, absolutely. So, what was your upbringing like in Transylvania?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that? I was having a little trouble hearing it. There's a little bit of an echo.
What was your upbringing like in Transylvania?
I actually was not born in Transylvania. That's a little bit of a myth. I did spend some time there, but been basically all over the place, and it's a nice place. A lot of people confuse me with the area because of,
friends growing up?
Everyone has always been quite scared of me, and trust me when I say I'm much nicer now. I'm much more friendly around the humans than in my earlier monster days, I guess you could call them. But yeah, people have always been quite scared of me. Don't know why.
I'm sure if you did have a lot of boyfriends, they'd probably have a lot of bite marks on their penises to show that they're not virgins. And I can relate because I once dated a girl in high school who had braces, and we used to call her the cheese grater. And I think she's the reason why a lot of women now know from the beginning that I'm not Jewish. So I can relate. Do you often visit your parents' tombs?
No.
No. Aw. Was it a really bad relationship?
No, I've learned in my lifetime from basically living through a lot of lives and in a lot of different places. People are not permanent. Not even vampires. I've known a lot of vampires who have gone as well. So if you kind of form those attachments, it gets rough over time. So I guess you could say I'm a little bit colder than humans. Maybe that's another reason why people are afraid of me. But I guess over time you just have to kind of be a little bit more detached, and otherwise it can get rough,
Mm-hmm. Cold, yeah. Relative humidity, I guess. So, what was the first horror movie you ever saw?
Oh gosh, I don't even know what the first one was. I remember the earliest days of cinema, and a lot of what people considered horror then, people don't really consider horror now. But I was there for all of it, so I couldn't tell you what the first one was. It just everything was so new, and a lot of the films that were around then are lost today. A lot of the films I can remember from then, people, no longer have access to, which is quite a shame. But I was there from the beginning, and I always loved cinema in general, and also really loved horror movies, obviously, just because it was an outlet, for people like me. Back in the earlier days of cinema in Hollywood, I did try to have my go at it then, but like I said, people have always been afraid of me, and back then people were a lot less accepting, even within horror movies. Now everybody is inclusive of everyone, and that includes the monsters, and we're able to get out there more, and that's why I started doing the show, because people accept it now. A lot of people live for that kind of stuff now, or die for that kind of stuff now.
Absolutely.
But, yeah.
The first horror movie I ever saw was The Shining. I was 2 years old. It just scared the shit out of me from the beginning. We still have the tape to this day, but we taped it over.
Yeah.
We taped it over for Back to the Future. But if you rewind it to the very beginning of the tape, you could see Shelley Duvall talking to the doctor in the movie, and it's very, very spooky. Just before the rated PG HBO graphics, yeah, it's really scary. So horror was a genre you obviously identified with from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Well, has there ever been any actors or scream queens you had a crush on?
I don't really play favorites. I guess that's the same with what I was saying about, not playing favorites among the humans either. It's just, everything's constantly changing. I just really respected all of them and what they were doing. Sure, some of them were divas off screen, but, I just always respected what they were doing in general. I guess you could say back in the day I had a little bit of my jealousy, but they were able to be accepted. You have all your blonde beauties that were everybody's favorites, and especially in early horror movies. course. And, I guess you could say there was a little bit of jealousy there that I never had my turn in the early days, but, doing it now and just enjoy it and always have enjoyed it. And I love watching it and love, bringing a lot of the forgotten films to audiences, people that either remember the stuff from when it first came out or, younger generations that have never seen this stuff and they're just getting into it, which is great because, horror is amazing and everybody loves to be scared, so it's great to kind of bring a lot of the younger generations into it as well now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Linnea Quigley, she was a big crush for me growing up, and I got to interview her twice on the show, and I got to be interviewed by her on her documentary, and it was nerve-wracking for me because, here's this beautiful woman that I used to masturbate to, and I told her I used to, and she was very flattered by that. She was not creeped out, and it was just a very surreal moment, and it was pretty cool. I don't know when that documentary comes out, but I hope it does within the next year or so, because I'm just anxious to see the performance I gave, even though I was nervous the entire time.
Well, I'll definitely have to check that out. You'll have to keep me posted when that comes out.
Of course. So, if you have a specific list, what are your favorite horror movies?
Oh, geez. There's so many. Really, I can't pick, favorites overall. I could probably pick, favorites maybe by decade.
Okay.
Let's see. I guess some of the earliest ones, some I've played on the show. I really loved Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde from 1920, the John Barrymore person.
Yep.
Loved that. I like with my horror movies, I can enjoy a creature feature and I can enjoy stuff like that, but I really love the more psychological horror and, the human element. I'd say probably from the 30s, my favorite would be Freaks. A lot of people nowadays don't consider that horror. They consider it, more drama or suspense. But, back then it really was horror, and it was kind of showing that basically the outcasts of society that people considered freaks, they were the good guys, and it was the more normal people that were really the freaks and the horrors. Gotta say, obviously, the original Dracula. I always love vampire movies. People always ask me what I think of different vampire movies, and if it offends me when people get stuff wrong. But I really it amuses me above anything else. Let's see. From the 40s, I'd have to say my favorite would be The Wolfman. I do like a creature feature, like I said. The original Wolfman definitely wasn't as hot on the remake, but in recent years, but the original definitely. House on Haunted Hill from the 50s, I loved that one. Rosemary's Baby, Rosemary's Souls, those were ones from the 60s that, I definitely loved those ones. All of Roger Corman's Edgar Allan Poe films, basically, from the 60s. From the 70s, I'd go with The Exorcist and Alien. I know a lot of people don't consider Alien horror. They see it more as sci-fi, but really it's a mashup between the genres, and I like a good, sci-fi horror blend. I like sci-fi movies, but I really prefer sci-fi when they still have that horror element to them, and that one, definitely Alien. The Shining, you brought up The Shining, that's on the list. Loved that one. Yep. I'd say even the original
Yeah.
There's so many to choose from. You kind of got to break it down by, well, what type? You know, is it horror comedy or horror or slasher? You know.
Oh, absolutely. My favorites. I love the black and whites. I love the 1931 Dracula and Frankenstein.
Yeah.
I love Wolfman 1941. I love the Nelson Eddy Phantom of the Opera. Creature from the Black Lagoon. All the Roger Corman movies like Bucket of Blood and Little Shop of Horrors. I love.
Roger Corman's just so underrated these days. You know, people just don't give him his fair due, and he made so many great movies, and a lot of them were campy and everything. But I mean, they were so amusing and on such little budgets, and he actually started off the careers of a lot of people. So definitely love to hear people enjoying Corman's work.
Oh God, there's a convention in California I go to every year called Monsterpalooza, and they always honor somebody in the industry, and it's usually a makeup artist, right? But I told them this year specifically, honor Roger Corman because he's in his 90s, and if it wasn't for him keeping the genre going, we wouldn't be here today, you know? And instead they honored Rick Baker, which is great because he is one of the greats. He's a 7-time Academy Award winner, but still, they still need to honor Roger Corman.
Absolutely. I mean, even looking outside of the horror genre, he kickstarted Jack Nicholson's career and Francis Ford Coppola's career, and I mean, so many people wouldn't have gotten their start in the industry, wouldn't be what we know, in and outside of the horror genre.
Absolutely. So many greats, Ron Howard, Martin Scorsese, and stuff. Yeah. It's amazing the careers he started. And I also like Friday the 13th, 1980. That's my favorite slasher movie. Dawn of the Dead, 1978. My favorite zombie movie. Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3. Dream Warriors. Love that one. Chopping Mall. Mirror Mirror.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
Phantasm. Halloween, 1978. Movies like that. And I've only seen maybe 3 really good horror movies lately. Beyond the Gates, Barbara Crampton movie. That's really, really good. The Unwilling is really, really good. And Slasher.com with Jules Shepard and Ben Kaplan. That's a really good movie, too. I recommend those ones.
Yeah, a lot of people will ask me about, current horror movies. And to be honest, I really don't watch mainstream horror releases these days. I mean, between the show and my festivals that I run, and we just had our Horror Hotel Film Festival over the weekend, I mean, I literally watch hundreds and hundreds of independent horror films every year, and I just really don't have time for a lot of the major releases, but I feel like also a lot of them just aren't original,
Yeah.
It's so much of the same thing over and over.
Yep, done in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
I've written some horror scripts. Stuff that I come up with, I like to say, is original. And I'm just keeping the fingers and the toes crossed that somebody will want to buy them next few years. I even wrote a horror anthology movie, and that was very, very hard, I'll tell you. So, how did you get Horror Hotel?
Well, like I said, I've always loved the horror community in general. So, let's see, 7 years ago, a little over 7 years ago, I was the co-founder of the International Horror Hotel Film Festival. So that came first. The film festival was first. Just seeing so many great original independent horror movies was very refreshing because, like I said, a lot of the major stuff that comes out nowadays it's lacking in originality, and it has been for some time. But I feel like to me, I like to relate independent filmmakers now with classic filmmakers and a lot of the black and white early movie makers, because they have a lot of the same restrictions, and they also kind of have the same originality, I guess. Back then there wasn't a lot of horror content that had been made So pretty much everything was new. Yeah, you had retellings and a lot of Killer 8 movies, and you had plenty of sequels, especially with the monster movies and Universal. But you still had a lot of original content.
Right.
And I feel like nowadays the place to find that is in independent films. So I really love independent horror films. So when I co-founded that back in 2012 was our first year. We just had our seventh festival of that actually a week ago, last weekend. My partner for the festival, his name's Ray Such, and he was a big horror host fan, especially in the Cleveland area. There's always been horror hosts all over, but there were a lot of great horror hosts out of Cleveland and the Midwest. And so we said, hey, let's partner up and start this show, and let's have Horror Hotel the show. So I thought it was a good idea, and I was like, 100 years ago, I didn't get my shot at being on camera, so let's give this a go, see how it works out. And I like that what we do with the show, we talk a lot about the classic films, and I talk more about the film history, which is, what got me into horror films to begin with. But also, as much as I can, I try to highlight current indie, artists and directors and actors and, newer films and things like that. So I like to have a little bit of a balance between those two things. But yeah, it started out with the festival, and then we said, hey, let's give this show a go. It started out regionally in the Midwest, and we were on some independent cable stations, and then in 2016 we got picked up on the Action Channel, and then early 2017, actually New Year's Day, 2017, got picked up by Retro, and it's just still growing and still getting out there, and I mean, it's a ball. It's a good time.
Wow, because I want to be a horror host, and maybe I should try something like that.
Do it, yeah, just do it. I mean, it's making a comeback, and I think the market's definitely open for more of them. So I say just go for it.
Mm-hmm. The thing I want to do though is I don't want to show the same public domain black and whites that all the hosts are showing. I grew up watching USA Up All Night with Rhonda Shear. I want to show the movies that she showed, like all the Charlie Band Empire movies, all the Fred Olen Ray and David Dakota movies, Jim Wynorski, Kevin Tenney, guys like that who made those movies.
Well, when it comes to that, it's just a matter of what's your budget. What's your budget? What can you pay to get those movies onto your show? And some of them aren't cheap.
Yeah.
But if you have a good concept for the show, and you've got the budget to get those movies and get the rights to play them, then yeah, that definitely makes you stand out. Like you said, a lot of the shows do play a lot of the same stuff.
Yeah, because back then when I was watching them, they were pretty new, and now they're considered classics, and like nobody really talks about them or shows them, and it's quite sad. I'm sure Charlie Band would like to have his movies shown on a horror show. And I've met him. He's a very nice guy and very passionate about what he does and stuff. I'm sure he would love that. I don't think I would want to do it though on a channel that has commercials. I would like to do it on like a cable channel so I can be politically incorrect like I am here and stuff. And like I can have guests on, and we can do like funny sketches and skits like Rhonda Shear did, but a lot darker stuff.
Well, nowadays, if you don't want to go for the commercial channels and standard cable channels and that, then I say go online, go streaming, go on Roku, go on Amazon, all that. I mean, that audience is still there, and a lot of people nowadays they've got cable, and that's why being on an over-the-air channel, sure, we're available on plenty of cable systems, but we're also over-the-air to just people who have antenna that don't have cable. But a lot of people have cut the cable, and they either go with antenna TV or they go with streaming. So streaming modernized everything.
When is the show usually filmed? Is it the night before it airs?
That's a trade secret.
Oh, trade secret?
That's a trade secret. Just really it depends on the availability of everybody, and having to deal with an undead crew is not the easiest. We definitely can't do live because that's a fiasco waiting to happen. Working with zombies, they have some issues, but no. Typically, we stay a bit ahead on what's coming up and what's ready to go for airing.
I see. What was the first horror movie you guys showed?
That was Horror Hotel, also known as City of the Dead, 1960. Christopher Lee. We figured what better way to start out the show than with same name. People look up Horror Hotel, they get our show, there's another show called Horror Hotel, there's the Misfit song, and there's the 1960s Horror Hotel movie. We kept the name Horror Hotel specifically because it was the film festival name, so we kept that the same for cross promotional purposes and just because it's easier to remember. But yeah, that was the very first one that we did. Now on Retro, it didn't air as our first episode because they kind of took things out of order. Because we had so many back episodes, because the show started off actually in 2013.
Right.
So it's been going for almost 5 years now, so there was a lot of back episodes for them to pick from, and the first episode that they started with, Action Channel started with Last Man on Earth with Vincent Price, and then I want to say Nosferatu was the first one for Retro that they picked up. And so people saw that the Horror Hotel episode later. But originally, Horror Hotel premiered with Horror Hotel.
Mm-hmm. Is there a movie yet, though, you haven't shown that you would like to?
Oh, there's quite a list of them. We've done nearly 100 episodes already. And I think on Retro, they've shot, or they've aired maybe, I want to say, around 80 of them. So there's still episodes that have yet to be released through the national broadcasting because we're kind of on different schedules. We have local channels that we're on that they have the newest episodes usually first, and then we broadcast online and everything. But there's so many movies that I haven't touched yet. And also one thing that I definitely want to get on the show. But the other thing that I'm looking to do that we're definitely going to be starting more of in the future, we've highlighted some independent shorts in the past, but on some upcoming shows, there's going to be more of those. So you'll see a shorter feature and an indie short, and I mean high quality, excellent indie shorts. And then pretty soon we're going to start getting into independent features as well, and getting those there. Getting those in the spotlight and showcasing those. So right now, that's something that I definitely want to start doing more of in the near future.
Oh, that sounds like it would be cool. Absolutely.
Yeah, like you said, it's a break from what everybody's seen, and a lot of people have not seen these indie films unless you're going to film festivals, you're not seeing them. And I mean, there's some really good quality stuff. And, on the show, I try not to, I'll play the more classic shows or classic movies that, people have seen, but a lot of times that's by viewer request. Everybody's seen House on Haunted Hill, but you can't really have a horror movie show without playing House on Haunted Hill. But I also try to really find the older ones that people haven't seen, stuff that is new for them, even though it's an older film. But bringing the indies into it, too, just kind of opens it up and makes it even more original.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Have you been invited to sign autographs at horror cons?
I've been to some horror conventions. I don't get the time to do a lot of them. It would be nice to be able to do more of them. It's just even just doing the show. I mean, we go year round. It's not like a lot of shows they'll do, like 15 episodes a year, 20 episodes a year. But I mean, we do more than that. So it's a lot of time, a lot of work that goes into it. But I mean, down the line, it would definitely be nice to get to more events because I love to meet fans. At the event last weekend, we had some fans come photos with everybody and sign stuff, and that's always fun. It's always really great to meet fans because I wouldn't have a show without them. But just time-wise, I don't get the chance to get to too many of them.
Yeah, doing the conventions certainly helps your following and stuff, especially if you do those local ones that are like, only one day and you only have, 1 day to sign autographs and take selfies and stuff. Those ones, a lot of people I know in the industry, they tell me that's their bread and butter. If they can't get invited to like a 3-day weekend one, they do the 1-day ones because that's something at least,
Yeah.
Have you gotten to be a part of a Q&A panel?
No, I haven't done any of that. And again, that kind of just comes down to time-wise. There's more events that I would go to, and I'd love to, but just with restrictions. But between running the hotel and running the show and the festival and all, it takes a lot of time. Hopefully it sucks up a lot of my time. But, I'm not opposed to any of that. And like I said, it's great to talk with people and meet fans, and that just don't always get the chance to do so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I'll tell you something. I'm trying to host Q&A panels. They want like famous people to host them and stuff. But one thing I have noticed, especially with those little 1-day ones or 2-day ones, there are so many hosts, moderators that are just absolutely terrible. They're like somebody who works for the convention center. They have no personality. They don't engage with the audience or the guests. They look like they don't want to be there. They look like they're just phoning it in. And I just want to go up there and say, step aside, man. Let me show you how this is done. It's just terrible with some of the hosts they have at those Q&As sometimes. So any exciting episodes of Horror Hotel coming up?
Well, a lot of people had fun with this weekend. That was the giant Gila monster. Lately, we've been showing a lot more. I typically like to show the older stuff, and personally, I like movies like from the 50s and earlier. Those are some of my favorites. But lately, we've been showing a lot of the later films from, the 70s and 80s. So we do have some more of those coming up. Like I said, we've got some indie shorts coming up. Actually, in, I want to say, 2 weeks, we have another one coming up on the show. But to me, they're all exciting. They're always exciting.
Yeah. Have you ever showed Them?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, I love that movie. It may be a little hard to get, though, because it's a Warner Brothers movie, but it's a classic.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Classic. I'm a bad boy, though. I didn't watch last night's episode. I forgot.
You forgot?
Yeah.
I'm hurt.
I'm so sorry, Lamia. You can bite me to make up for it.
Well, you can always find it later online. Actually, that one's probably going to go up online this coming week because we're due to put, generally online, I get, episodes up maybe twice a month. I'll get some up. And on our Roku, we update that maybe every month or so. So whenever you miss it, there's always plenty of other chances to watch. So just check it out online or wherever. It was a fun one.
Yeah, I watch Creature Features in San Francisco online because I can't get it up here and stuff. So yeah, I'll definitely check that one out since I missed it and stuff. And then your feelings won't be hurt.
Good. I won't have to come bite you.
Well, I'm still like that anyways, but yeah. Do you have any victims lined up for tonight?
Yeah, generally I go with hotel guests. They come in and they can get a good discount if they get a blood draw discount. So it was a pretty smart idea getting into the hotel business because my victims come to me and I don't have to go out looking for them. So.
Well, I advise all your guests, if you're going to stay in Lamia's hotel, do not put on the Kiss song Room Service because you will die. Now, I have 3 personal questions I want to ask before we wrap it up.
Okay.
First off, Lamia, what's your secret to not aging because you look great?
being a vampire, just, it comes with the territory. And, you know, a lot of people, there's misconception, thanks to early cinema, that I can't walk in daylight. I can walk in daylight, but I choose not to, and that definitely saves my skin, keeps it nice and pale and nice and young, and also just plenty of blood and big blood. You know, not just picking off random victims off the street, but I go for the good stuff, you know, get some O negative and, you know, some of the rarer stuff, and that helps keep me young.
Oh, that's great. So what's your primary nail polish color?
Nothing. I like to just be me, I guess I'm a little old school that, you know, in my early days that wasn't really around. We didn't really have the beauty regimens and the nail polish and the makeup and everything. So I'm a little more old school and I guess au naturel.
Because I know a lot of your fans are like into black and blood red. I certainly am into those colors. I also like purple and pink, but that would be boring to a lot of people.
If I have blood red on my hands, you will know that I have recently drained a victim. It's not painted on.
That's awesome. And lastly, Lamia, what does your belly button smell like?
That is a strange question, and that is one that I don't think I have an answer to, but I guess I would go with probably slightly metallic, like blood. Sometimes I get a little messy on draining my victims, so I'd say probably overall slightly metallic.
Well, at least...
Maybe a little salty.
Well, at least it's not a pterodactyl's toe jam. So, Lamia, thank you so much. I'd love to have you back on soon and hopefully meet you at a convention if you ever come to California, if you end up becoming huge like Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. And I hope you do.
Oh, that's the goal. That's next. The show is nationwide now. Pretty soon we're going to be coming to Amazon. That should be launching this summer and picking up some other avenues. And possibly, I can't give too much on it right now because it's early, so it has to be kept under wraps. But we are also going to be overseas soon as well. So, definitely growing that.
Awesome. Yes, I wish you so much more success and beyond your wildest nightmares.
Thank you. And yeah, go for that hosting. Go for it. Start up a show.
Yes.
Nothing's stopping you.
Yes, that's in the early stages. Thank you so much, Lamia, and pleasant nightmares.
You too.
Okay, bye-bye.
See you, buddy.
Well, there you have it. Lamia. Ain't she a sweetheart? Thank you so much, Lamia. It's always nice to take a trip down Macabre Lane. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, add me as a friend on Facebook, join my Tommy Kovac comedian page on Facebook, and follow me on Twitter, and all of that fun stuff. Well, that's all the time we have this week on Splat from the Past. Until next time, this is Tommy Throwback Kovac saying, there's no shame in living in the past, because the present sucks. No pun intended. Later, dudes.